Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 59 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series. Hope everybody's doing well today. I've got more Mekanism fun to have today. Today, I'd like to get more power flowing in our Mekanism system. So we need our basic universal cable right there. I'm making myself another metallurgic infuser. Hooray. That we need to infuse another type of thing. So I'm going to get myself another one of these actually additions fancy dudes. Phantom face. Thank you. Craft away. That actually shouldn't take too long. That actually should be like really quick. As soon as you're done crafting those two Restonia crystals, should be almost instant. Yay! Phantom face. Nice. And we're going to link these guys up. I think we've gotten the hang of how things work these days, right? So this guy into here, and then we can use some item conduits to interact. So the reason I'm doing that is I want to work more on power generation. I tested in... Wow, I don't have auto-crafting on item conduits? Fail, Dire. Fail. Let's get some more binders at least. 100 sounds like a good number. Sure. Yeah, big fail on my part. I don't have more of those, but that's okay. I don't need more than just one right now, but I guess it can't hurt to craft a few more. So I tested in a single player world, right? These guys were what? This is all my extracts, right? So your guys are all extracting, always active, and you're going to be an insert once I decide what goes into you, and then on the top, right? So if I want these guys to match, it should be purple and red. Purple... or blue, I mean, here. And then the bottom, I think, is what I made red, right? Yeah, bottom is red. Cool. So power. We've got a few options for power in Age of Engineering's Mekanism system. Here are the ones that I've discovered. There is a heat generator, which we already know about because it's what we're using. You throw lava in there and you get power out. It stinks. Stop using it. Next option, solar. There's two tiers of solar panel. There's the solar generator, which is pretty good. Not terribly expensive. Solar panels, photovoltaic heat cells, cadmium plates, not the worst thing in the world. And then advanced solar panels, which are even better. They produce about 4 times as much as your regular solar panel, which, so by default in Mekanism, it's supposed to produce 6 times. In this pack, it seems like it produces 4 times. So I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, that it's worth making the advanced solar panel. But we'll think about it. And the reason I'm doing this is in order to make advanced solar panels, we need atomic alloys, which require a new type of metallurgic infusion, which is compressed refined obsidian dust. So we already are making refined obsidian dust, and if we want to make atomic alloys, which look like to be like a tier 3 version of things, which are also used in some other stuff later down the line anyway, as you can see, we're probably going to want to start auto-crafting this. So what I'm going to do is set up a similar export bus situation, right? So we'll do an export bus, we'll do a crafting card. Where did my export bus go? Didn't I just click on an export bus? And like there was one there and now it's not? That was weird. Oh well, we're gonna make one. Boom. And we'll want some cables, smart cables. Is that export bus done yet? Almost. So basically what we'll want to have here is some refined obsidian dust, export bus with a crafting card, there, and then connect our cable up, which should bring you online. There we go. Cool. Which has you crafting... One of these guys is doing it. Nice. Obsidian power going in. Refined obsidian dust going here. And that's going to start building up. Okay. Wow. That is going to need a lot. If we want to build up an internal buffer the same way I did with diamonds and other things. But I think just given a proper amount of time, it'll get there. Right? That is slow. Good to know. Might do this a little differently, just because there's so much. I might put the refined obsidian dust into the... Yeah, we might have to do this a little differently, just because it's so... Like, diamond was quick and easy, redstone was quick and easy, but this refined obsidian dust actually takes a while to make. And I'm thinking, if it has the same internal buffer here of 1,000, what we're going to wind up with is we basically need to make 100 refined obsidian before this buffer fills, and then 64 more. I guess that's not the end of the world. It'll take a few minutes, but it'll be passive. So I guess we'll leave it, just so that it kind of works the same way as the others. Neat. But with that said, let's get solar panels going, just so we can start having some kind of passive power gen, and then I want to look into a gas burning generator. So do you know how to make empowered void crystal blocks yet? I don't think you even do. You know how to make that. So let's do some teaching. Let's do U equals one of these. Easy peasy. And what I'm going to want to do then is at least get a few solars. Hey, where did you go? Did you go in there? That was a weird... Okay. So that should be easy enough. And then you are coal coke, necrotic bone, ink sac, and black quartz. Coal coke we have a lot of. Necrotic bone, I'm thinking not so much. Black quartz we have plenty of, and ink we got some of, remember, a while ago. And we could always go get more if we need to. So we'll need more necrotic bones to do automate wither skeletons. And I'm thinking those diamond blocks would drop wither skeleton skulls. So that might be cool. Alright, so with that all said, let's get our void crystal here. And teach this thing. And I'm not going to teach all these patterns on camera. I'll stop recording here in a sec and do the rest. But let's just get you going. So you can accept coal coke. You can accept ink sacs. You can accept quartz. And you can accept necrotic bones. So that should mean that you guys should do your thing. Nice. Oh, that's neat. The rendering of the lasers is broken on the black. Interesting. But it should work. So we'll be back in a sec. Okay, easy peasy. So that guy encoded. Put in here with the other empowered dudes. Neat. So now let's teach you how to make solars. Because you should have pretty close to everything else that you need to know how to make. So we'll need 2 energy tablets and a steel block. So do you know how to make steel blocks? Maybe not, but it's time to learn. So steel is not being stored in the, whatchamacallit. So we will teach you how to make steel block. It's not being stored in a compacting drawer, because we usually don't have that much. But speaking of not having that much, let's make another 100. Cool. Let's get ourselves a tablet. You're short on what? Ah, no, crafting CPUs. Okay, cool. What are all my crafting CPUs so busy doing? Ruby dust, redstone ingots, and lots of that. Okay. Wow, you are Mr. Busy. Ah, you're out of power. Haha! Memory card strikes again. Save. Gotta fix this at some point. Now we're happy. Back in a minute. Let me get all this set up. Guess it's time for more crafting CPUs. Dun, dun, dun. So what's my channel usage like over here? We've got 5 in use. So I could stick maybe one... Just thinking. Want to make sure I'm right about this here, and that would be fine. So now I've got another crafting CPU available to us. And we could probably make a few more if we needed to. Just so we stop running into that like no crafting CPUs thing of, going on. So let's get 2 more sets. Which should be easier now. Easier, not super easy. We need 2 more and then it'll be even easier. Alright, here's everything you need to make a solar generator from Mekanism. You need this. They do have to be blue stained glass, it looks like. And all these things. And I finally, bit the bullet. Let's get like a couple of those. It shouldn't be too hard to make now that we've taught it all. If I wanted to get 4, you're missing some insulated tin cables and some necrotic bones. But other than that, so let's get like 1. Can you do that for me? That would be nice. Okay, so you need to learn how to make insulated tin cables. So you don't know how to make either of those. Okay, cool. So tin. What I did wind up doing is dropping another ME interface here for more plates. So that's a thing. And now we can say, clear this all out. Tin ingot yields 3 tin cables. Check. And then you guys. Cool. So this goes into the metal former. And this goes into this one. So now you know how to make tin cables at least. Hooray. Good, good, good. Nice. Okay, so that's all set. And we should have a solar panel now, at least in progress still. You're working on some conductive iron. Nice. Almost done, though. And that should just help augment my power gen here. So what I'm thinking is I might wind up doing something where... I haven't decided how I want to lay this out, but I'm thinking it might be here. Right, and we could run this basic universal cable. Do I have more of this? Let's request more. And you could run up to where the solar panels are. Cool. So that crafting status is we're working on stainless steel plates. Neat. That shouldn't be too bad. That should be done in a second. Give or take. Unless we're still clogging up the works. No, we're not. So we should be done here in a moment. There it goes. Nice. And then my basic universal cables are good to go. And then we could get our solar panels. And you're producing power. Nice. Now why are you not sending? So you're producing 80 joules per tick. You're capable of transferring 3.2, so you should be having no problem with this. So why are you not sending power into here, is my question. Let's turn you off for a sec. You should be getting this power. Unless it's not the bottom that it should connect to, but I would imagine it is. Sweet. Back in a minute when I figure out why this ain't working. Oh, I see what I did. Hold on. Ha! Dire derp. Now we're talking. I got the right cable and then I placed the wrong one down. How direwolf is that? Alright, so that's just a little bit of an augment, and I want to get more. But the main reason I wanted to do that is I want to try and stop using the lava, because this thing actually burns through a lot of lava. Not that we're hurting for lava, but, you know, it's a lot. I don't know what the actual production of this thing is. I guess it's around 74.92 joules, is probably. So you're probably producing around 75 joules. This solar panel is producing 80 joules, and it's like for free, right? So that's kind of cool. All right, this guy's almost filled up his obsidian backlog, so now we just need almost another stack more, and we'll be good. Sweet. We'll drop that in there. Let's come back in a sec. I think I want to look into making ethylene, though, because this stuff, ethylene, should actually produce a good amount of power in a gas generator, I think. I don't know if it's ethylene. It might be the ethylene that produces power in a gas generator. I'm going to go test it in my single-player world. All right, so we've got our solar panel. I think the next thing I want to get is ethylene, and I just tested this in my single-player test world. And here's the process we have to go through. First, we're going to need water, and then we're going to need hydrogen. And hydrogen comes from an electrolytic separator of water, turns into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. Once we get the hydrogen, we can use it to make ethylene, which is a pretty good fuel source from what I can tell, with water and hydrogen and biofuel. And that will get a substrate, which I think we use to get PDE pellet, HDPE pellets, which the guide said we need anyway. So that's pretty cool. And then, you know, the other thing we get is ethylene, which we can burn in a gas burning generator, I think it's called. This guy, gas burning generator. Cool. So like lots of steps here, but not terrible. I think what I'm going to do is do a lot of the crafting off camera, and we'll come back in a minute once I'm ready to try this out. So the first thing we need is an electrolytic separator, which requires electrolytic cores, which needs osmium dust and enriched alloys, and liquid mercury. Luckily, all of this is already auto-crafting. Hooray! So that should be done any moment, actually. And I know I said I was going to craft this off camera. I'm going to craft most of it off camera. Just wanted you guys to see like the bits of it, right? So that's your first electrolytic core, and I also made a reservoir. So the next thing we need is a pressurized reaction chamber, which requires an enrichment chamber, which is this. Come on, steel casing. There you are. And then you are used to make the pressurized reaction chamber. Cool. So that's next step. And then we need biofuel, which we can get from any number of resources via a crusher. I think I'm going to go apples, because I don't think I'm using apples for much. If I'm not mistaken, I should have like, all right, 4096. I can do better than that. Let's get diamond upgrade thrown into there. Boom. Now you can store even more. But we've got, let's say, plenty of apples. So we need a crusher from Mekanism here, which looks like you're going to need a basic control circuit. Didn't I teach you how to make these? Maybe I didn't yet. Well, teach you how to make these. And we need some buckets of lava. I know. I'm crafting off camera. And I'll get another steel casing here. Which should only take a moment. But you really didn't learn how to make basic control mechanisms? I guess I didn't. So I just put an osmium ingot into the red thing, right? So osmium ingot, it should literally be as easy as saying one osmium ingot equals one of these. And then we pop over to here. I think it's the first one that's linked is the redstone one. So we'll say you're allowed to accept osmium ingots. And then we put that in here. Now if I want control circuits times, let's say, 10, you just start running. Cool? Nice. And you are completing. 9 becomes 8. Good. So Crusher is ready now. Nice. Alright, so that should be most of what we need. Now the other thing I want to get is a couple of these different, because I want to use like all Mechanism stuff, right? So we've got universal cables for transferring power. I want mechanical pipes, because those are capable of transferring fluids, like water. And for that, we're going to need stainless steel plates and a bucket. So let's get like 20 of these, just because I know we're going to need it. That should help. All right, and then the other thing we need from Mekanism is a type of transporter that can transfer gases. So once this next stainless steel plate is crafted, which should be right about now. So power, items, liquids, gases. Those are the different types of pipes. And then there's, of course, per JEI, 4 tiers of each. So basic, advanced, elite, universal of power, etc. for gases, liquid, and items, right? But that should be sufficient for now. So let's go downstairs and see what we can come up with for generating power with this system. So basically my end goal will be the thing I didn't make yet because I'm a derp, and that is the gas burning generator, which requires a few things. Let me make this off camera. This was the big one. It took me like 5 minutes to remember how I made refined iron, because I haven't made any since like the last time we did it. But that should be cool. Batteries, did I make those? Cool. So gas burning, we should be pretty close here. We need gas turbines, which require windmills, which require generators from Tech Reborn. And then the windmills are not hard. It's just 2 iron on top of that. And then, nice. So now I need 2 more sets of those. So let's get another 16 steel. I wasn't sure if I needed, I didn't actually check, but I should have. Cool. Good times. Luckily this is really quick, thanks to those speed upgrades. So then I should be able to 2 of you. This, 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 this. I need 2 more batteries. 2 more furnaces. Cool. And you, 2. You, 2. You. Actually, no, wait. I didn't need to do that, did I? Well, you know what? I'm glad I did it, because, no, not biogas. Do I need 2 or no? No, I don't. I'm cool. So this guy should hopefully be done by now. Cool. And that's check. And then this one should also be good. We're just going to want about 10 more of these. But just 1 is all we need to get our gas burning generator. So most of that crafting accomplished off camera. There it goes. You here, check. Cool. So the way this will work is I'm thinking I'd like my gas burning generator to be here. And then what we're going to need to do is figure out what we want to pipe in there. So ethylene comes in the back, right? So we're going to want to pipe that through a mechanical pipe. No, through, yeah, pressurized tube, right, like so. And from... So we want to get ethylene out, right, of something, right? So pull ethylene out of whatever makes it into the gas generator. And the thing that makes ethylene is the pressurized reaction chamber. We will use our configurator, which I lost somewhere along the way. And we will put you in gases mode, and currently you are in output gases on that side. Perfect, that's what we want. So I think I just need to do this, and that will pull gas out. So that's the PRC. The PRC accepts water and hydrogen. Now, can I get you for, let's do gases. You can accept gases on this side. So what we'll do is we'll put the electrolytic separator here. Now you, I don't know if you know how you know which gas to actually export from the side, but we'll figure it out. Because you do export gases, and this thing is in gases mode. So I don't know how the electrolytic separator knows which side to export from, but we'll kind of figure that out. Let's assume that we want to pipe liquids into the bottom of these guys, right? So can I put you on fluids mode? I guess I can't. Well, we'll see if we can get fluids into there. And if we can't, we'll figure it out which side we need to pipe into. I don't seem to be able to manipulate the sidedness of the electrolytic separator, so we might need to worry a little bit more about this. But in terms of gases, or liquids, I should be able to do fluid yellow here, right? So let's put our reservoir here. And we're going to want a couple water buckets. Should have gotten this ahead of time, but I didn't, because direwolf. One, two, good to go. So then, pressurized tube is for gases. Mechanical pipe is for fluids. So we will definitely want to, sweet. So you're filling up your water. Beautiful. Now can I get water into the bottom of this dude for electrolytic separating? Yay, I can. Cool. So water goes in, it'll electrolytically separate. Hopefully hydrogen comes out this side. We shall see. How right I am about that. The other thing we're obviously going to need is power, which I haven't entirely figured out my plan for. But basically, you create power, and you guys use power. And there's more that we're going to need here in a minute, even, than we've already accounted for. So that's going to be fun to deal with once I figure out exactly where I want to put the rest of this stuff. So many sides, so little time. So what I could do... So you're there, right? What if I moved you to here? That might work. And I'm thinking I want to put my crusher here. And let's see if we can configure it. So the right is an output. Can I configure you to auto eject on? And here I want to configure your left So this is funny, right? We're currently in items config. This is energy config. This is fluids config. This is gases config. So items, we want to be an input on the red on the left. So in theory, if we get some basic universal cabling here, running like so, and I might be able to make this more compact. I'm kind of learning. But you go there to power this thing. And this is Dyer learning a mod on camera. Because I'd like you to well, what if we made it so that you pipe fluids into the top of these guys? That might be a little bit cooler. Will that work? Can I pipe fluids into the top of you guys? If I break you, do you lose your fluids? I'm hoping the answer is yes. So let's... Sheep, please. So what if we... Did you lose your fluids? Ah, you didn't. Is there a way to get you to lose your fluids? Not really, which is a bummer. Because ideally, what I'd want to do is pipe power into the bottom of these guys. So this crusher could actually stay the way he is. Configured to output red, auto eject on. All right, so all those settings do remain, right? Do you guys retain your water, or do I have to get new water buckets? New water buckets it is. Should have gotten them before I broke it. There we go. So we'll see if we can get mechanical pipes fluids. Still getting the hang of which is which, to be honest with you. Now this, I should be able to configure to accept fluids on the bottom, so that's cool, right? And then extract you should fill up. We won't really know if this is working until we hook up power to it. But let's get power running like this. And then we can run it kind of underground-ish. Let's make sure that you're configured for output on the bottom. Nice. Now you're no longer generating power out of the heat generator, FYI, but you're still getting power from solar, so that's neat. So we hook, what'd I do? Have shy 1 cable? Basic universal cable. Sweet. So you are running. You are getting more water, which is good. You're producing hydrogen and oxygen. Now, I don't know what I need oxygen for, if I'm being totally honest. Potentially something. It can be used to make sulfur trioxide. Today I learned. Or it can be used... So we do need it for HDPE pellets. So let's do this. So it is getting twice as much hydrogen as oxygen, which I really do appreciate, because you guys remember I made a comment about that before. So I really do appreciate the twice as much hydrogen as oxygen thing. That's cool. There was some kind of gas canister. Some kind of gas canister. Empty gas can. Can you get an advanced gas can? Enriched alloy? Sure. And that holds 128,000. Now, my concern, sort of, is that... Where am I? I'm not sure which is considered quote-unquote the front of this machine. So let's see, before I actually connect you, because I might want to rotate this thing, but let's see what gas. Will you auto-output into this thing? Hydrogen is going this way. So if I do this, will you stop filling with hydrogen? Yes. Now if I wanted to transfer this, you should start filling with hydrogen. Beautiful. Cool. So I've got a nice little gas tank of hydrogen, which I don't know if I can empty, short of pumping it into here. Let's get a pressurized tube. This is the one for gases, right? So if I link this here, you shouldn't be on auto output yet. So this thing is... Oh, we're struggling for power. Interesting. Well, we'll solve that problem in a minute, ideally. So you... Configurator for gases. Pull? Are you going to be able to pull gas out of that thing? Yay, it looks like it is. Cool. I don't know why it's doing it so slowly, but it is. Or maybe it's this thing creating hydrogen slowly but surely. Yeah, it is. So why you no configurator out? I'm just learning this model a little bit, don't mind me. Maybe you have to pull from the bottom here like that. I would think this would work. Basic pressurized tube, which is for gases. How do I get gases? Oh wait, I might have to... There we go. Nice. Easy peasy. Where did you go? That thing must have gone somewhere, right? Oh well. We'll find it later. Mechanical pipe, link that back up. So you're slowly but surely producing hydrogen. Now we just need apples. Do we have any handy? We have 4. Should be enough. So I crusher you. 1 apple turns into 4 bio stuff, and that should land in here, which should start the conversion process. And yeah, this thing's a little bit loud. But don't worry, there's an upgrade I can put in to quiet down. And ethylene went into here. And this thing should be producing heavy amounts of power now. Like, looks like a decent amount of power. And all these guys should be getting their internal buffers filled up. Sweet. Now the only problem we're gonna have is oxygen. But I can solve that, it's not a big deal. I would love to know where my thing went. Where did that tank go? Seriously. I would love to know where that tank went. Too funny. Didn't like go into here, did it? Nope. But we can make another one. And let's get one of you. So we're gonna need more alloys. That shouldn't be too bad. Done and done. Cool. So what I'm going to do is just put you right there, which means you'll start getting the oxygen. It'll fill up. And then this button over here, dumping excess. So basically, it'll fill up this tank of oxygen. Then it'll fill up this internal buffer of oxygen. And then it'll void any excess oxygen. I don't want it to dump excess hydrogen, though, because I eventually want this to build up a backlog of hydrogen. We're going to have to do something with substrates, because that's going to eventually fill up. We're also going to have to probably, should have considered this ahead of time, but get apples over to here. So at some point, I will want these guys hooked up to the AE system, and then I can put the export bus on this kind of thing. You'll start producing this biomass stuff, or whatever it's called, and that produces ethylene, which produces quite a decent amount of power, actually. Sweet. That looks like a net loss at the moment, but are you actually running? There we go, net gain. Beautiful. So everything's running at the moment, and we have a net gain going. Now this is loud, and the gas generator is like the only one I can't mute. So let's make the sound muffler. Please tell me this will work. Really, dude? Why you no sound muffle? I'm about to put you like 20 blocks under the ground just because you're loud. I want you to know that. Alright. There should be some kind of sound muffler upgrade from Mekanism. And you just need steel dust. So let's get like 8 of these guys, because I don't think steel dust is in my list of things that I know how to make. And I'm assuming you can export steel dust. This will hopefully our dictionary up. We got 10 more of you. So am I right in thinking this guy? This guy, and hopefully this guy. One out of 4? Are you kidding me? That's definitely helping. Alright, so that got rid of that noise. We're gonna need a handful more of these. Are my alloys done cooking? Let's get one more to test it on the crusher. I always just cook up 100 glass at once. Kind of keeps me in stock for a bit. Are you already like... What's going on over here, everybody? Oh, right, we're out of power. Let's get this... This is going to be annoying for a sec. So 4 go in. Hear how it's making a difference? The problem is this doesn't accept upgrades, so I can't muffle him. But he's like one of the most annoying sounds there is. I mean, it's better. It's better, but it's not ideal. Let's get like 20 of these, because clearly I need a lot of these alloy things. Yeah, I wish you weren't so loud. You seem to have like a lot of internal power going on right now. Wow. Yeah, we've really almost... Wow, that is a lot of power. Holy cow, that thing's pretty crazy. Hey, look, there's a nifty render inside there. Cool. Wish there was a multi-block or something so I could see that nifty render inside a little bit better, because it looks cool. So that's a thing that's happening pretty well. Cool. And this should be able to quiet down too. And some of these other machines too. We'll get lots of muffle upgrades, because... Yeah. Hey, why are you no glass? So are you annoying? Alright, so the last things we need to do are export bus. Let's make sure the configurator for items is input. So we can export bus apples into this thing. I'm going to put the rest of my apples away. So that should see apples showing up. And then here, we're going to want to import bus. And let's make sure the configurator is for output items dark blue. This stuff. Okay. And then we can run cabling up to here, it looks like. So you guys should kick on. We should see this stuff getting import bust. The substrate is running now. And then you are running apples into here. Beautiful. That's what I wanted to see. And it's kind of quiet. Then let's run... So I kind of put the generator underground because I really didn't want it to be so loud and annoying. And that's failing. It's failing at being not loud and annoying right now. But something I noticed about the generator. The more full it is, the more burn rate it has. So when you have a lot of ethylene in here, the burn rate bumps up, and you can see that changing. And the higher the burn rate, the more kilojoules per tick that you're making, which is cool. We actually have the lowest tier conduit of power going up there, so frankly, at this point, we don't need a whole lot. But that's okay. what's going to happen now is our cube should fill up, which it looks like it just did. So that's cool. So you're going to fill up your internal buffer of power. Sweet. And maybe even at night. No, it's daytime. Maybe another solar cell would help with this. I'm going to try and kick off one of those if I have enough stuff. Cool. But it would be neat if all these things could run on solar panel power. And build up a backlog of ethylene. And then we'd have like a really good power source going on. So that's cool, but it's definitely... And you can't hear that noise too badly up here. Muffling. Oh, the beautiful sounds of silence. That is awesome. We'll have to figure out what other machines we want to muffle. But for now, it's wrapping up point. Dowell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time and hopefully have a little bit more fun with Mekanism. For now, guys, take it easy.